Okay, so I start a lot of these videos with okay, so, but who cares? Um, Today's topic is going to be etiquette. Now you're probably saying, Vincent, I know to, keep my elbows off the table when I'm eating dinner. Or Vincent, I know that I need to unfold a napkin and put it in my lap when I'm eating, or tuck it into my shirt, or whatever. That's not the etiquette I'm talking about. I'm talking about tabletop etiquette. We've talked about trusting your DM and metagaming, which are part of etiquette. The final thing in etiquette is the most important thing, and that is not ruining other players' fun. So this can be done a lot of ways. There can be somebody who's too into the rules. They're a rules lawyer. It's a term you'll see a lot online. Rules lawyer. No, it can't happen that way. That's not how the game was designed. No. No, no, no. At the end of the day, it's not that player's decision. It's the DM's decision. If the DM himself is big on rules, then that's the game he runs. But a player is not the DM. If they want to assist and say, oh, well, the rules typically say this, I memorize them, what's the DM ruling? Then that creates a different scenario. But essentially, being a rules lawyer, which can be good, sometimes bad, can negatively affect players' fun because you should never interject your opinion and say, that's not how it was written, that's not raw, which is rules as written, that can't happen, that's not okay. If it's something fucking cool or something really interesting, like even if it's not something you can work out mechanically how to make it work with a dice roll or whatever, let it slide because it helps the narrative and it creates like a very interesting dynamic and like what can be done in the world, and it can inspire other players. That's one way that you ruin other people's fun, by being a rules lawyer. I think there should always be somebody who pays attention to the rules, but at the end of the day, if it's not the DM, it's not your call. That's to say, thank you, rules lawyers, helping out, giving people the information that they need whenever they need it. But, you know that some of you guys can be pretty annoying. Not all of you, just some of you. So that's one way you can impact fun. If you're a new player and you find that the rules, dial it back. Hey, keep that in here. Maybe talk to the DM and say, hey, as I read it, this is what I think. This is what I think applies to the rules. If the DM goes, yeah, thanks, that's what I think too. Or thanks, but I have a differing opinion. That's it. Cut it out. At the same time, people who want to take the fun out of other people's sales by outshining them all the time. DMs will often give opportunities to players based on what they think their characters can do or what would help that character's narrative. Sometimes you have that guy who's like a skill monkey and he can do everything and he has the solution for every problem. And he wants to be everywhere and do everything. He wants to do all the roles. Oh, I got that. I got this. I can do that. You take the fun away from other people because you don't give them a chance to let their characters shine. Now, I understand what you're doing. You're trying to be helpful. But in a lot of ways, that can affect players negatively. So, as much as you want to be active, give the DM the opportunity to reach out to players and say, hey, why don't you give me a check on that? Why don't you try? Because that will, again, encourage roleplay, encourage people to step out of their shell and say, okay, I can be more part of this game. Because this is not a single player game. Dungeons and Dragons is a team effort. Right. Now, the final way that you can ruin somebody else's fun is by being an asshole, just ruining their fun. And this happens in a number of ways. The most popular way that somebody is an asshole is by using their character's background or what their character would do to justify being a total knob. Don't do that, because that's not a fucking excuse. There are tons of people who are like, well, that's not what my character would do. My character would do this no matter what. It's like, alright, but you see that it's upsetting your teammates, why do that? This goes into alignments, which we'll be discussing right after this. This goes into alignments, but the gist of it, pretty much what you can get from this essentially is an example. You're playing an evil thief. You're evil because you wanted to play an evil character. You just happen to be a thief. You're with a party of mixed alignments, mostly good, some of them evil. It doesn't make a difference. But these guys are working with each other. There's a common enemy. You're there along for the ride because you enjoy loot because you're a thief. You wake up, you go to bed after everybody goes to bed and you say, I'm going to take first watch. And while you're taking first watch, you go into everybody's coin purse and you take like 1 or 2 gold. That's not okay. Because you're taking things from your fellow players, stuff that they've probably worked hard for, or that their characters put their blood, sweat, and tears into. You know what I mean? If you're stealing items or money, people are going to be upset with that. Some people might not be, but a lot of people will be, and they'll take offense. The DM should cut that off right there. And you should not even engage in that action. Because if it were on the inverse, if it were on the other shoe, you would love to say, oh, I'd be cool with it because it's what his character would do. But the truth is, and I think everybody knows this, they wouldn't. Because what often happens is this scenario. You take something or you do something that another character doesn't agree with. Paladin, probably. Because paladins they have to stick with their oaths. No matter what oath of paladin you are, you're probably going to go for this guy who's stealing from you. The oath of vengeance, revenge. Oath of devotion, this guy's an evildoer. Oath of the crown, this guy's breaking a law. Oath of the ancients. I've never played Oath of the Ancients. I'm not 100%. Anyway, so you're probably going to go for this guy, and you say, I want to cast Detect Good and Evil. You wake up from a very nice rest, you have all your spell slots, you're ready to go, and you go, hey DM, I'm going to cast Detect Good and Evil. I just want to see. That's 1, metagaming, and 2, that player who stole your shit is now like, yo, what the fuck? I'm just doing what my character would do. Oh, well, my character went through his stuff and noticed he was missing a few things. So my character wants to know if there's anybody scoping out our camp. He wants to detect good and evil. Oh, fancy that. You happen to be evil. Stab you in the chest. Your character's dead now. And a thief going toe-to-toe with a paladin, 9 times out of 10. Paladin's bodying that thief. 1 turn, maybe 2. Because combat becomes an issue. And if other people find out that the paladin finds out, oh man, this guy's evil. He stole shit. He must be stealing shit from my bag. Other people check their shit. Oh shit, my stuff's missing too. And this thief is like, no, it wasn't me. Well, empty your bag. Oh, look at this extra gold, or look at these extra items you have. You see what I'm saying? You ruin other people's fun. Nobody should be using what their character would do to justify being an asshole. Being evil doesn't just mean I'm going to be evil to my teammates. I'm going to be evil to my teammates too. It just means, I'm not a good person. Don't use it as an excuse because it isn't one. So don't be a dick. These are ways that you can facilitate a good relationship at the table with the DM as well with the players. And if you have an issue with something that somebody's doing, bring it up to the DM, because he may already have something in mind to say, oh, you know what? Yeah, like he has been stepping out of line. I was going to punish him in this. I was going to punish him. Like I was going to punish his character or something, which the DM shouldn't have to do. But that can happen sometimes. Or maybe he steps out of line, or you go to him and the DM's like, nah, dude, it's totally cool. Then you should say, all right, well, if that's cool, then what's going to happen next is going to be cool too. And the DM can't really say anything to oppose that. Yeah, they can be like, no, that's not okay. But you know what, at the end of the day, he's supposed to be facilitating a group where everybody is enjoying themselves and feel safe. You should be able to they should get their comeuppance, and then you just step away from that game and be like, I'm not playing with you fucking assholes anymore, because obviously you don't give a shit about the other players. Okay? If you ever don't feel comfortable, bring it up to your DM. If your DM's not willing to help you, step away from the game. Find a new team to play with, because guess what? DMs are always looking for somebody who's willing to participate and is willing to be a good player. That's my 2 cents. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know how you feel. Give me some feedback. The usual shit. And, the next topic we're going to be talking about is probably going to be, I don't know, something new players need. All right, whatever, bye.